Hello, Purple Rain community, and welcome to our TLT Tuesday live show as we unpack the Saturday night game against Manly Sea Eagles versus our beloved Melbourne Storm. Before we get too much into it, you'll notice that our man Aaron is away. He's off trying to enjoy his life in a social basketball game. He's got a grand final on tonight, so I've given him an hour off. I've sent him the link. So if he joins at the end, he can join. But he's all ready to go. I hope good luck to him. I hope he gets a win. I'm just going to flick my camera light on there so I'm a bit brighter. So hopefully he comes home with a trophy tonight and we'll get a picture of him and put him out. But last time this guy was on this show, we got 2,000 views or something. It was something stupid anyways. But... and I think James was the start of our podcasting viewership, and we've got the big fella here. He is a diehard Melbourne Superstorm Superstorm. Try saying that really quick. Diehard Superstorm fan. G'day, Sean. Diehard Superstorm fan, and he's also a co-owner of the SC Spectrum, which is an NRL Supercoach page. James, how you doing, good sir?
I'm good. Pleasure to be on. Thank you for this opportunity again. It's nice to come on after a win, though. That's what I will say.
The last game was against the Wars too, and geez, the Wars hit our comments up. It was pretty awesome. But
we got smashed,
mate. Talk to us. Tell us all about yourself. Again, just for anyone that doesn't know, it's a live show, so we're going to get you out there. Tell us who you are.
I'm James. As you can probably see, I've been part of SC Spectrum for the start of this year, and we've been doing some really good Supercoach content. It's been really good this year. Also a diehard Storm fan, which doesn't help Jesse and the rest of them because me and Trav gang up on them. But no, it's been really good this year, and yeah, looking forward to hopefully Storm finishing in the top 4.
Oh, geez, that's a massive call. I look, I do a podcast. I've got to be realistic though. Don't think I'm just following everybody so that we can get just a bit of a wake up call to everybody. Geez, that's a big ballsy call to put us in the top 4 Rain.
Well, I didn't want
James.
to come on here and say we're just scraping the A, did I? So let's go big and let's go bold.
Let's go big and let's go bold. That's what the two of us are doing, isn't it?
Yes, that's true.
All right. So yes, for some reason it won't let me tag the @followers. I will if you guys want to do that, you can. But yeah, hey mate, well let's rip into it, eh? So we've got this is our TLT agenda, and we've got a lot on the podcast tonight and our live show. We're going to shout out our TLT with one massive news that just came out of absolutely nowhere today. When we read that, we're going to talk about some key matchups. We're going to talk about our blueprint, and then the two of us have put our head together just to try and talk about some key talking points that have popped up over the last week or even just the last few days that have come through. I'll give a shout out to Vinny. How are you, mate, over there in Kiwi land? I hear that there's a very big talk about South Island, Vinny, South Island team number 20. I hope that bloody happens, James. And yes. Jorge, love the faith, brother. He's all over you, James. You've already got a fan in Jorge. Now, there's a good guy because Jorge's a champion. Mate, let's do a quick shout out. So first one is to our 5'8". I've got a shirt on here. It's I love this shirt. It's so comfy. It's so warm. Billabong is a surfing company, not an NRL Melbourne Storm. And one day we can dream. Shout out to 5'8". Get on there. Purple Rain 10 gives you a 10% discount. Make sure you make the most of that. G'day Shannon. Give Con from Freedom Finance a call. Get money in your pocket, not the bank's. He will hook you up. If you just mention Purple Rain, you get a minimum $500 discount, cashback, on your finances for your mortgage. I've also got another one, James, and you don't know anything about this one, and it's a big announcement that's actually going to pop up onto the socials in about 25 minutes. We have teamed up with Purple Rain and partnering with Premium Sports Tours to get Storm fans to Vegas. Now,
that's a good deal.
This deal here, right? So I've got a little spiel that I wanted to write and put it all together, and I'm going to do that. So Purple Rain Podcast has teamed up with Premium Sports Tours to help get as many Melbourne Storm fans as possible over to Vegas round, and this is not your standard fly in, watch the footy and fly home trip. We went looking for the best tour company we could find, and we have partnered with Premium Sports Tours to create a proper event sports tour packed with as much Vegas and NRL action as I can and they can possibly put into 7 nights. Premium Sports Tours, the reason why we liked this and why I touched base with these guys was because they are an official NRL agent. So they are an official touring company for this event, and this will actually, 2027 will be their 4th Vegas round visit tour. So these guys know what the hell they're doing and what the hell they're talking about. And this is what I wanted everybody, and this is what we were trying to find to help you. So the biggest part, when you mention Purple Rain, you also will unlock an exclusive deal that sits with either the Melbourne Storm supporter section, and you get a bit of a discount if you do that, or you can have access to the elite ticketing option, which is already in the package. It's some of the best tickets you can actually get. I think off memory, it's like a box, or maybe it's not, but it's elite ticketing option, and it's freaking unreal. So what are you going to get? You get 7 nights, 22nd of February to the 1st of March. So that's when you get there. They will organise your stay at New York, and you stay as a group. It's all fees included in those resort fees. As you know, America adds all types of extra resort fees, taxes, and everything else. You'll get the exclusive Premium Sports Tour Welcome to Vegas function. You'll get an official elite category match tickets. So these are those tickets to all games on the at Allegiant Stadium. Game tickets are in the elite section. Best tickets there are and can be, but can be changed if you want to sit in the Storm supporter group. You just need to mention Purple Rain. You don't need to go there. You can keep the elite tickets. I know I'm looking at staying just in the elite tickets, the best tickets you can get, but if you want to go sit with the fans, go sit with the fans. You'll get a lounge, a special lounge and bar access with your match day ticket, which is not for the everyday fan. You'll get to go to and have great access to the NRL Fan Fest in Vegas. You'll get a behind-the-scenes tour to the Allegiant Stadium. They're going to look at the schedule for NHL has not come out yet, so the Vegas Golden Knights, who actually just lost the Stanley Cup final, have won plenty in the last few years since they moved to Vegas, but they'll be looking at trying to get an NHL game. And here's 2 guys that you just have no idea who they are. Oh, how excited I am for this. The Big Man. Do you know who the Big Man is, James? Daryl Broham. Yeah, so
come on.
The Big Man, ex-player, coach, and well-renowned commentator. He's also announced this year that he's cancer-free, which is freaking awesome. Is going on the tour, and he's in the Premium Sports Tour. And Paul Sirenen, James, do you know who Paul Sirenen is?
Old Tigers player?
Old Tigers player.
Balmain, maybe. Sorry, I don't want to upset the crew.
Played late 80s,
Yes.
played for Balmain, won premierships. The big
Was a
fella,
gun.
the big second rower, also went on the 1986 Kangaroos tour. He played for Australia. He is also going on this tour. It's $3,390 per person twin share. To book, you just have to contact Premium Sports Tours and mention Purple Rain. The only catch is that flights are not included, and the reason being is it's too hard to organise a group of people for flights. But these guys, Premium Sports Tours, will book that in. All you have to do is ask for it. They will book it in. They will find out where your location is, what city the best fly at, and they'll get you to Vegas. Fucking hell. So I'm sorry to swear, James, but fucking hell. This is a rad deal. It's an amazing offer. It's something I put a lot of effort in myself, Aaron, and Jess in the background to try and get a deal for us to get together. Let's try and get all of our Storm fans, as many as we can, to get over. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event. We know that teams are only going once a year, and they're not going again until every other team gets to float around. So it's literally once in pretty much a lifetime, and getting it at this cost,
and who
unreal.
doesn't like the opportunity to go watch us flog the Eels again?
Whoa.
Every
Mate,
day of the week.
what a friggin' dream. What a
Yeah,
friggin' dream.
I'd
I
pay
don't.
10K
Are we
for
playing?
that.
I thought we were playing the Tigers.
Are we?
Aren't we playing the Tigers?
I don't know. Sorry. I just know we play the Eels at the start of every year, but whoever we play, we're going to win anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I love. Guys, he fits in already. He fits
Yes.
in all bloody ready. Let us know in the comments whether you're interested in that. Make sure you mention Purple Rain. It's freaking exciting. I'm so excited for this. For a deal I think flights approximately about $2,000. So this is a tour that's going to cost me $5,000 to get over there. I think it's wicked.
Yeah, I reckon that's a great deal. Well done, Travis, organising that for the group. I think you'll get a few participants join in.
Man, I've still got the coffees. I've got my honey and lemon tea in my homemade cup that I painted myself, Melbourne Storm cup.
It looks absolutely stunning too. You've done well.
I know I have. Thanks, mate. All right, let's get into it, eh? This is what let's talk footy.
Let's do it.
All right, so TLT, we play Manly, the Manly Sea Eagles for round 17 on Saturday, 27th of June. It's at 7:35. Now, there's a few ins and outs. I'll start with the Manly Sea Eagles. So the outs are three pretty big ones, to be fair. Brendan Wakeham has been playing really well off the bench.
Yep.
He's even been starting. I think he started a game as hooker as well. Has been doing really well. Kobe Hetherington has been very handy for them as a big body, big quick body that's going through. And their biggest loss is Ruben Garrick, who's just been scoring tries and breaking lines. So these guys are out. And the list is Turbo, Tom Trbojevic at fullback with Saab and Lehigh Hopoate on the wings. They've got Cooler and Josh Falidi comes in for Ruben Garrick's concussion protocols. In the halves, it's Brooks and Fogarty. We've got in the props Taniela Paseka and Ethan Bullimore comes on to start with the, I think it was the Hetherington injury.
Yep.
And Jake Simkin gets named to start at the 9. And we've got Homoli Olakawatu and Burbo, Ben Trbojevic in the edge back row with Jake Trbojevic at lock. On the bench, it's Joey Walsh, Nathan Brown, Leia Arfi, Aaron Shop, Blake Wilson and Jackson Sherab. As you know, I'm not
Not
great
one
with
you want
names.
to pronounce with a sore throat.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And then on our end, we're pretty much an unchanged roster. The only difference is our man, Jerome Hughes. Hammy strain is out, but in comes Tyron Wishart. Otherwise, it's the same. Sewer at 1, Warbrick and Leo on the wings, Howarth and Chan in the centres, Munster partnered with Wishart in the halves, Stefano and King in the prop, Harry Grant at 9, Clark Lasardi in the second row, Trent Liero 13, and then our bench is Tolau, Hetherington, Pahulu, McDonald, Bloor, and STB with Mawali, Hewen, and Hinchy in the reserves. James, let's talk about it. What's your initial thoughts starting off?
Well, obviously Hughes, massive out. That was a bit of a kick in the guts when I saw that at the Savo at 4 o'clock. But it's a pretty handy replacement, isn't it? A guy that's probably going to walk into the Perth Bears next year and start. Tyron Wishart, I think that's a very handy replacement. I think looking at that, we're going to have a lot of running threats. We've got Sewer, Munster, Wishart, and Grant. So it's going to be very direct. I see this game going this weekend.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Very direct. Look, I like Wishart. I think he's fantastic, and he's got a relationship with Munster in the halves, and they've worked pretty well. Wishart has a okay kicking game. Munster has a pretty good kicking game, but neither have a Hughes kicking game. And last week against the Raiders in a big win, the Hughes kicking game was was a massive factor to why we won the game. Obviously, Harry Grant and some other things like that, but that just what he was doing and putting it on a dime for Warbrick to get his 3 tries was just unreal. And I'm a bit worried because we have it in our blueprint on how to win this game. That the kicking game is important, and I'm just a bit concerned about those 2 in the halves.
Do you see I've seen Craig has found a love for Trent Taylor. Do you think there's a chance that maybe Wishart is the bench guy come game day?
Yeah, but Tolau's been coming on as He's been playing in the resis for at hooker, hasn't
Yep.
he? And he played hooker last week and played pretty well.
Yeah, he did, yep.
Um,
Because Wishart's only just come back. Tolau's fit. I can see something happening maybe, but you'd probably give Wishart a run too as well, I'd imagine.
I think maybe it's a Wishart for 60 and then
Yeah.
Talau for 20 kind of thing.
Yep.
I just don't know when that 20 will be.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, and I don't know. I think this game's going to be so close all night. I don't know if I want Tolau to come in for the last 20.
No, that's probably fair. Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what happens. Maybe there is a bit of a switch. Is there? What? I'd like to get your thoughts, and I know that the community will value this too, James, because I know Aaron has been very well spoken around Blore and being on the bench, and why are we even picking Blore at the bench and putting Cooper Clark at the second row in the 11 jersey? James, talk to me about what you would prefer or whether you like this.
Personally, I love Cooper Clark starting. I'm not sure what the recent takes have been, but I think any chance that Cooper Clark gets minutes in the Melbourne Storm is a good thing for us. So I'm all for it, and I think he's been killing it. Blore's a hell of a player. Don't get me wrong; he's made 2 grand finals in a row, but Cooper Clark's the future, in my opinion, and Blore doesn't want to be there.
Do you like that Cooper Clark's at the second row when you've got an 80-minute Blore that we could play there?
I think he's been doing well enough to stay there, yeah, personally. Yeah, I think his role in the future will be front row, definitely, but I think they're just trying to get through this year, personally.
Okay, interesting. Just trying to get through the year is an interesting call. I think because I don't think it is about just trying to get through this year, and the recent form is suggesting that we're pushing for an 8. So I don't know if that mentality is going to fly with the fans, James.
No, and look, it probably actually leads into a deeper tactical analysis of, I think Blore will actually come on and Clark will have a second stint through the middle. I think that's the way they're setting it up.
Hasn't really been the way it's been, though, has it?
No, but if they're going to make a play like that, I think that's the way they introduce Blore anyway.
Yeah, okay, fair, cool. And that's kind of how they've been doing it. Like last week, Blore came on in the second half and was just fantastic. He even showed an attacking side that I just was so good, that I was very impressed with. And then watching, Blore's defense is elite level. I never have an issue with that. So, interesting call. Is there anything else in this lineup that you want to talk about?
Nothing major. I think Jack Howarth against Felity this week, I think that's going to be massive. I think that's going to be one area to target for sure, looking at just straight lineups.
He won't come up against him. It'll probably swap with Chan and they'll swap sides again.
Howarth plays on the left and Felity's replacing Garrick, who plays on the right.
Okay, cool. Oh, well,
Yep.
I hope so.
Yep.
Howard's named on the right at the moment. So
Yeah, I don't look at the numbers.
No, and that's the thing.
Picture.
So yeah, the rhetoric is that Howard swaps. He gets named as the right centre and then gets swapped over to the left and has been playing there beside Moses Leo, which is why Moses Leo has looked so bloody good.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about Jack Howarth later on in the podcast. Okay, so let us know, everybody, what you think of the lineup, whether you want any changes, what you might see, and we might talk about it as we go. Vinny has said Manly are our rivals, and there are a lot of history there. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, James?
Well, I think if everyone that's watching is a Storm fan, I would imagine, that knows the Battle of Brookie. It's one of the most famous or infamous nights there has been. I think there's been a hatred for a while. We've played each other in grand finals for years. I think there is a rivalry there for sure. What do you reckon, Trav?
There is absolutely a rivalry there. It
hasn't been lately. But
it hasn't been as much. It's definitely been a bigger rivalry when DCE was there, and I think that was probably more so the point around that. But yeah, it's a Manly are a bit of our bogey team too, eh? We seem
so are Raiders.
So are the Raiders, and yeah, thank you. wife's coming to look after me again. And so are the Raiders. You're right, but Manly, they get us at home. They get us away at Brookie. Like, yeah, it's their record against us is really good. They are a bit of a bogey team, and Four Pines, they're just a completely different beast. Jorge has asked, where's Mania? He is still injured. I'm not sure. It's still got a TBC beside his name for his injury. I was looking at that this morning myself. But, yeah, he's still injured. And there is a lot of talk on the socials on Blore, Chan and Howarth at the moment. We will cover that later on in our agenda. Let's go to some key matchups. The first one we've got, James, is Sewer versus Turbo. Now, last week we said Sewer versus Weeks. And one of the things was just electric between the two of them, and Sewer comfortably had that matchup and has been absolutely fantastic the last, I don't know, let's just say he's been fantastic all year, to be fair.
He has, yeah.
But he's gone to a whole nother level in the last 6 games or so. Turbo's coming in for his second game back from another injury. This is a massive rivalry. This is a massive matchup.
This is a huge test. This is not just a test for Melbourne versus Manly. It's a test for Sewer and seeing where he's at against the very best.
The very, very best.
Because Tom Trbojevic is an Origin and Australian representative player. I think Sewer will be looking at this matchup going, yeah, I'm really keen for this. Let's go.
Yep.
So we'll see the electricity come out, I'm sure. You just got to get him working. You got to get him running. Do lots of runs in yardage. And hopefully ties him out in attack. That's pretty well the only thing you can do. I don't want to see Turbo running through the middle chasing kicks against Sewer. I would hate to see that. I think with no escorts, but block as well as you can and hope that he never gets up for that ball. What do you reckon? How do you stop Tom Trbojevic?
I don't think you truly can properly stop Tom Trbojevic by himself. You have to stop these halves. And Fogarty is such a key moment to him as to being Turbo being the Turbo that we love to watch, even as Storm fans. I mean, Turbo is elite, right? This is this giraffe type guy who's got incredible athleticism, who's so fast, and he plays as fullback. I think would be a better centre, but he plays as a fullback, and he's just a superstar. He won a Dally M.
And he's like 105 kilos at fullback.
Yeah, it's just all muscle too. Like, I reckon his skin folds would just be literally just muscle. It'd be in the very low percentages.
Yes.
But he's got... The other thing that Turbo has is he reads the game so well. His IQ is just off the charts. And he's always in the right place at the right time. So... In defence, when Manly are running through their sets, it's stopping Fogarty and Brooks, particularly Fogarty, because he'll be running off Fogarty. And he relies so much on his halves to really help him out. It's why he like DCE was so good for him, because DCE was pass first, right?
Yep.
Fogarty's the same. So it's restricting the middles to then restrict the time and space that Fogarty and Brooks can have, that allows Turbo to run through, and that's how you stop Turbo. Turbo running around the back is fine. Let's just let that be. Like, he can do that. It's the Turbo running the lines off the back of good play or 45, 50-metre sets. That's the danger. That's danger sign.
And the one that he's been doing a lot lately is coming across from the right behind Brooks and Burbo and then getting the ball and just a straight cut out of Cooler on a Leo. Leo scored 2 last week doing that exact play. So it's just that late change and switch of direction that's really going to be tricky to watch.
Now, what's your thoughts on fifth tackle kicks? Where do you put it? Because you've got Saab on one side, Hopoate and Cooler on, and Cooler likes to get the fifth tackle kick runs. Hopoate not so much. He's a winger. Hopoate is a pure-blown winger, but he likes that ball in the run as a winger. He doesn't like getting kick returned. Cooler, Saab, or Turbo?
In attack, I'm kicking at Leo because I think Warbrick will out-jump him 9 times out of 10 there.
Yep.
But just in general play kicking, I'm kicking a Turbo, and I'm going high. I'm making him catch it with 5 men running at him, and I'm making him work for it. He's either got to run around or he's going to get hit hard. So I think that's what you got to do to stop Turbo.
I hope if we do that, I actually like that option. It wasn't where I was probably going to go, but now that you've said it, I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking, if we are to kick it to Turbo, it's got to be
high, and
It's
got
got
to
to
be
be
long.
high. He's got to be able to think that there's people chasing him. So as soon
Yeah.
as he gets it, he's only got 2 or 3 meters
Yep.
to try and do something. And if that's the case, that's a different story. And it's also got to be well off center.
Yep.
So if we can get it off the center of the field in past the hashtags, I reckon that's where we've got to stop Turbo, and that's how you stop Turbo. We just want Sewer to be Sewer, hey.
Yeah, of course.
Just Sewer be Sewer.
Sewer do Sewer things. I think his passing game's gotten a lot better recently in the last couple of weeks. I think that's obviously a factor of Billy's incredible coaching. But yeah, Sewer's just each week his game's going to another level, and he's feeding off Leo a lot.
Yes.
I'm noticing a lot. Him and Leo seem to link up very well. So
They did a really good job on the weekend with that link that Sewer had off the fifth tackle kick. I agree. The thing that, you know what, I thought Sewer's game on last week against the Raiders was the best game he's played all year, and he only got 158 metres. And he was just electrifying. It was unstoppable, and I freaking love that. I hope that's the Sewer that we get. I think Sewer doesn't need to get 250, 300 metres. Like, it's nice. He did it the week before and got that 320 metres, and that was just bonkers. But he had to do that because we didn't really get a lot. It was just kind of what he had to do. I love the fact that he gets that 158, he breaks the line, gets the offload, gets the quick pass, what he did with Leo. And that's just unreal.
I think that's a little bit of probably Billy or Bellamy saying just choose when to run. Like, you don't need to run all the time. Choose when you're going to make those big plays, and I think it paid off on the weekend.
Matthew says, lads, doing well. Agree. Put it on Turbo's head. Make him work hard for his goal from his goal line, and I do that. Now, we're going to talk about that coming up in the blueprint around what our meters, our middles, and with the meters that they're going to have to get. And that'll pop up, and that'll talk really heavily into that with what we've got to do. Caleb, I'm unsure yet. He hasn't messaged me whether he's won his GF or not. If he gets on early, I'd say he probably didn't. He's not having any celebration frothies. But if he doesn't get it, if he comes on a bit late, we probably know he's done it. And then Matthew, Belzer knows how to contain Turbo. 2021 Turbo was unbelievable, but not against the Storm. And
true.
Surely it's Pahulu's time now. Well, it's the Pahulu time's been happening all year, and it still hasn't happened. There's got to be something that's happening in the background. We touched on this before, so it'll be a bit quick. The next matchup I want to talk about is Warbrick versus Hopoate.
I think it's a great matchup. I think Leo's been in incredible form, and he's been doing really well this year.
Try scoring machine. Lock away your best bets every weekend with a Hopoate try.
Yes, especially with Turbo and the team. It seems to elevate him a lot. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I think Warbrick is probably going to get the edge just with pure leaping ability, jumping. I think he'll probably get a couple tries that way, but it won't stop Leo from getting in behind as well.
Yeah. Hopoate has crazy, unpredictable leap on him, though. So he does. He can still get off the ground. He's got some really good athleticism, so he's still good. It's not going to be a Tamale-Warbrick matchup like it was last week, where literally Tamale's not going to get off the ground. And Warbrick made Tamale look like he's this big fat slob, and Tamale's not. He's quick.
No,
he's good.
good.
Tamale's actually a really good winger in this competition, and Warbrick made him look second rate. He's not going to be able to do that against Hopoate. Hopoate is in a rich vein of form. I think having Felitti beside him, might make a big difference, and we just got to keep targeting.
Felitti will play on the other side, on Garrick's edge. Cooler will play on the left like he always
does.
does.
True. Yes. Yeah. Cooler Hopoate. See, this is why we've got you here, mate. You can pull us in.
Super coach.
You just
Fantasy
know
Pro.
what's going on. Same again, though. Rinse and repeat. Kicking game. Put it on top of Warbrick's head over and over and over again.
I would definitely, yeah. I think Sub can actually be a liability, just making poor decisions, but yeah. I'd be aiming for Warbrick's head a lot.
The bloke, Sub is so tall.
He is.
And so quick. I'm so disappointed that's a guy that should be a superstar.
Yeah, he just makes some poor decisions sometimes.
Yeah. Next on the list is a very juicy, I love me a middle matchup. Stefano versus Paseka.
Give it to me. Every day of the week. I think Stefano started the year hot, he lulled off a little bit there. He's really kicked back into form. I'm not sure if the Origin snubbing was the kick up the arse he needed. Bellamy would have painted it that way.
Been fantastic since then, hasn't he?
He has. He's been on great form. He was running over blokes left, right and centre last week. So if we're any chance this week, we really need him to stand up again.
This is the form that we want from Stefano, right? He's putting his name in the hat to be an Origin player. Do I think he should get the pick? No, I don't. But he needs to. But this form puts his hand up and puts pressure on the Blues to pick him, and that just helps us phenomenally. Paseka's been no spud. He has been fantastic this year and has really shored up the middle that you want to talk about around the middle being, in your words, James, shit for Manly. Now, do you want to talk a little bit about that now?
Yeah, we can touch on it. I think shit's harsh, but I think it's fair on paper. I think they've definitely been overperforming this year, the Manly middles. They're using Hetherington as a prop and guys like that. I think if we're any chance this week, we need to dominate the middle, get good, quick play the balls, get a good ruck speed and build off that. I think that's going to be our way. And just tire Paseka out, make him work, make him make 30, 40 tackles really early.
Yeah, Caleb's made a really good point. And I'm actually a really big fan of Bullamore's. Think he's very underrated. Bullamore's a good forward for Manly. He finds his front and quick play the balls and has good leg speed. I think he's worth every cent of that $500K that Manly signed him for. I just think he's very underrated and he does exactly what he needs to. I even said I'm live on air saying that I think they should have made Bullimore their captain at the end of last year and not gone the Trbojevic route. But yeah, I'm a big fan of his. And you're right, it's Stefano versus Paseka, but it'll also be the King versus Bullimore route as well. And I think that's huge. And Jorge's made a really good point. Actually, something I've thought about is Manly have the tendency to shift the ball to their right on kickoffs. They have pulled teams' pants down multiple times. I can think of many situations of seeing that winger running full length of the field this year.
Yeah, I think that's a very strong possibility. Manly love to spread the ball early. I think that's one of their plays. They're very expressive with how they play at the moment.
It's definitely Foz ball. That's part of the Foz.
Well, they were doing it under Seabold earlier in the season. It's just they couldn't defend to save their lives. I think Saab's always a threat. You got to pay attention to the pace when it's there. It's like Fox. It's like Cooler. Like anyone. It's
like they've got just elite speed across their freaking park. It's unreal. The next guy is a monster of a guy who has elite speed as well, and that's Ola Kawatu. And he'll be matching up against Lasati this weekend. Now,
he'll come up against Clark, actually. Clark plays on the left, Ola Kawatu plays on the right.
I'm all over
it's the numbers. It's the numbers, bro.
I'm getting lost with the numbers this week. Stop telling me whether we're left and right and that I'm wrong, James. It's not often.
I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just trying to be good for the fans here because I want to talk about how I think Cooper Clark's actually going to just smash him a few times. I'm really looking forward to that matchup.
Do you honestly think Cooper Clark's going to smash him a few times? Because Ola Kawatu is a freaking man mountain.
Yeah, but Cooper Clark's just a bigger man mountain. So Cooper Clark's the Melbourne Storm back row goat already. So I'm here for it.
You're here for it, are you?
Yeah.
Hey, Caleb, you're saying that, all right, everybody, all right, it's Aaron's been spotted holding that trophy like Mufasa presenting Simba to the kingdom of Pride Rock. Here he is. He's won it.
Oh, how good.
There it is. He's won his trophy. The man, we won't be seeing him, but love that. Well done, Aaron. And there you go, Caleb, and I think it was Caleb that asked for him. To see. Geez, if Cooper Clark goes hard at Ola Kawatu, that's going to make me a very, very excited hard man. Because holy shit, Cooper Clark doing that and holding his own against the Man Mountain.
Yep.
Unreal.
You got Howarth there, and I think the more concern I have is him running at Munster. I think we saw that in Game 1 Origin. Ola Kawatu
didn't get anywhere.
We got over him a couple of times.
As you would expect. I mean,
yes, that's what I'm worried about.
It doesn't matter how big that guy is or what it is. Like the size of him against the Munster is. Listen, here's some stats for you. So Ola Kawatu has 174 more post-contact meters than the best player on the Storm.
Wow.
174. It's just ludicrous what he is able to do at the moment. And Paseka is second. So between the top 5 stats as per Zero Tackle, Paseka is second and has 71 more post-contact meters than anyone else on our list.
To put it into perspective for fans, I think the average forward gets about 50 post-contact meters a game. So that's nearly 3 games more for Hopoate. It's just ridiculous.
It's fucking wild, isn't it?
That's just... You can't tackle him.
The dude's in a rich vein of form, and someone tell me Laurie Daly is an idiot without saying Laurie Daly is an idiot after seeing those stats, because my gosh, he is just in a rich vein of form. The dude's a freak. He will win this game. He can win you a game by himself. He has done that. The thing is that Hopoate doesn't just have the run. Like, he's getting 250 odd meters a game now, but he's an aerial athlete and threat as well. So they're happy to put the ball on top of his head. You've got to stop him. I think that matchup's just going to be so fun to watch.
Oh, I can't wait. It's honestly probably the matchup I'm looking forward to most.
Yeah. Get in the chat, guys, and let us know if there's any other matchups we've missed or something you would like to talk about. But we're going to move into our Purple Blueprint, which is our game plan for how we beat the Manly Sea Eagles this weekend. James, do you want to talk about your middles and winning the middles and how important that is? We've touched on it just before, but let's just quickly talk about it now.
Yeah, just touching it back on it, I just think the way we played against Canberra last week, I thought we were really up for it, and I thought not to start the game, we definitely weren't. But the middles really did a job. I thought they controlled the ruck and the speed well. And I think we're going to need that again this week if we're going to stand a chance.
So per game, Manly's middle averages more meters per game. They scored through the middle more points than ours in middle setups, particularly through middle setup. When the middle touches the ball, they will score more points than we have. And they have a much better middle defence than what we have.
Which reflects on the table.
Now, which it does, yes. But you just said to us before how bad the Manly middle is. Yet, statistically, on paper they're beating us. And this is going to be a very big, important battle.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge battle, as I keep saying. I think we just really got to get up for this one. It's away from home. I don't think we've been doing too great away from home, so it's going to be a tough challenge.
Shannon says, Daly saw Hopoate carrying defenders like shopping bags and still said, nah, I'll pass. James, that hurts you a little bit as a Blues fan.
It does. It really does.
I actually think the Manly's middle is very underrated. And I said at the start of the year, the reason why I have Manly nowhere near the top 8 is because of their middles. And their middles has done exactly, just been role players and done exactly what they needed to do. Paseka's stayed healthy, and that's been the key. Who was the other guy that got injured at the start of the year that was...
Takehara?
No, there's another one.
Yeah, he snapped his leg.
Yeah, he did, but there's another guy, another big guy that they've got that got injured that we're all going to pick him in Supercoach, and then we shifted to Paseka when he got injured. I can't think of it.
It's not Laiafi, is it?
Nah, I can't think of it. But anyways, when he went down, we all just went, nah, Manly are in big, big trouble.
Yeah.
And honestly, mate, they're one of the better defenses in the competition. They're one of the best offenses in the competition. They're top 4 now, I think, aren't they?
Yep.
They're 6th. This is a quietly underrated middle that we just cannot allow.
We literally can't give them anything. They're going to be right on top of us. I can't find that middle. But yeah. We have to show up. We can't have one of those lackluster starts against the Raiders again, because they will make us pay.
If we're 16-0 down against the Manly Sea Eagles this weekend at Four Pines, it'll be a 50-odd blowout. We just cannot have that slow start. And full credit to us for making that comeback, but that's not... That is not at all what we can allow or be allowed to do. Next on the battle that I've got here is the Battle of the Halves. And originally, the Battle of the Halves was going to be on fire. Brooks versus Fogarty, Munster versus Hughes. Now it's Brooks and Fogarty versus Munster and Wishart. How do the Storm replace Hughes is 18 try assists, which is more than seven than anyone else on this game. In this game, and his 17 line break assists, which is 5 more than anyone else on the field. What does Munster and Wishart need to do to help this out?
I think
Navali.
Munster's going to have to just run the team, in my personal opinion. I think Wishart's at his best when he's running, and I think that's when we'll probably get most of our momentum off the back of half line breaks, getting to his front early, quick play the balls. I think that's where Wishart's focus will have to be this game. I don't think he is your creative kicking masterclass. I think he's going to have a role and it'll be done well. And Munster will be the guy that sets up plays, makes good kicks. I think that's where we're going to have to really nail down.
Yeah, agreed. And the next on the battle is I think the blueprint that we have to do is the kicking game.
Yep. Yeah, we spoke about the kicking game a bit earlier. I think if we landed on Turbo, a couple of yards out from his trial, and I think that's what we're going to have to do all night.
One thing that I think the kicking game's important because I can see us getting 45, 50 metres often this weekend, but I can also see them getting 45, 50 metres, and the battle of the field's going to be really important, which is where this kicking game happens because Fogarty he's got a bazooka for a foot, right?
He does.
And he's got an ability to be able to put it where he wants it. If he's not kicking at goal, he's okay. But outside of kicking for goal, he's not great, especially when it's the old field goal. But and that's the key, right? So we're going to get pinned back into our 10 try line often. I think the kicking game that Munster is going to have to do it. I think one thing that he did it really well against the Raiders was just those big ass bombs, right? The big torpedo bombs that just really held them up, and they couldn't grab it at speed.
Yep.
And that's how we've got to get Turbo, not being able to grab it at speed.
I checked something else before because while we were speaking, we didn't really mention it, but it's actually going to be wet in Manly on Saturday. I think New South Wales is getting a bit of rain, so
is it?
I think that's going to favour us really well, especially if it turns into a bit of a grind. I think that'll suit us more than Manly.
I'm looking at the NRL website. It says ground conditions are going to be good and the weather will be fine.
I'm in Google and it says Manly light rain, so
yeah, interesting.
We'll make that up as we go then.
There we go. Don't trust any weather reports.
I'm not trusting the NRL, that's for sure.
Yeah,
They can't get anything right.
100%. 100%. Defense. I've got a stat here for you. So I think what we need to do is attack Brooks. He's missed 55 missed tackles, which is 5 more than anyone else on our list. However, the next 4, I don't want to tell you who they are because they're Storm boys, and missed tackles has been a massive problem for us in the past. We've been able to fix that up, but our defense, we cannot miss tackles this weekend. We cannot give away 6 agains. On the weekend, I think we missed a lot of missed tackles, but a lot of that was not, like, I don't remember too many of them being really poor missed tackles. We need the same thing, but I think the other side of that too is if we're giving 6 agains away, the speed of the play that these guys are going to have and their outside speed, if we're giving 6 agains away, we're in big trouble. So discipline is a big key.
I'm absolutely terrified of the Chan Cooler matchup. I think we could be in a lot of trouble.
As soon as I saw that today, I just went, oh no.
Nah, it's not looking good, is it?
I'm actually a fan of Chan's. I really am. I do like Chan.
We'll bring him Cooler
is in an absolute rich vein of form and is just on just a nuts.
Just a generational run.
The dude is just, oh my God, he's got like supersonic speed. It's so fast. And it's like that. He
turns it on straight away.
Yeah, I've never seen it before.
No, you can't. And like Chan's great and all that, but you can't teach speed, and Chan doesn't have it.
Yep. I think that's it. Anything else you want to add to the blueprint?
No, I think what we touched on was pretty relevant in a good plan to alter Manly's attack.
All right. James, let's get into some talking points, and I know this one is quite strong to your heart. Let's start with Will Warbrick. I'll start the conversation. The chatter around Warbrick and the community, people, if look, we've got a small amount of people sitting here on this live stream, and that's fine. We'll have lots of people who will listen to it in as a podcast. So get in the chat. But if you're one of those people that is having to go at somebody because we are celebrating, or people are talking about Will Warbrick and saying how good he was on the weekend, and then you're having to go at them saying how fickle you are, blah, 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 you're an idiot. I'm sorry to say, but you really are. Like, okay, I'm not. You're going to talk a lot more about this, James, because you've got stats and things like that, but Will Warbrick hasn't been the Will Warbrick in attack and things like that we've had all year. And his errors, particularly where those errors are coming from, he's got a few of them. He's been giving them up in the 20s. They've been resulting in direct tries and all that sort of stuff. But when he has a fantastic game like he did, allow people to celebrate that. Like, it doesn't sit right with me. This really pisses me off.
Yeah, and more to your point, Will Warbrick leads the competition for the most errors, 29. The next is 28, which is Keanu Kinney, and then you got other wingers like Sami and Nwanga Nitawase on 26 and 25. But I can't remember a Sami or Mark error leading to tries as much as Will's does. And that's not to say Will hasn't been good. I think he has good games this year. But yeah, the opinion that you can't criticise and appreciate at the same time, I'm not a huge fan of. Like,
or one after the other.
Yeah, like, you're allowed, as a fan, you're allowed to have an opinion on someone's performance as long as it doesn't cross the line, in my opinion. I don't like seeing the really over-the-board stuff like what happened at the Dragons with Kyle and Shane, but I think if someone has a bad game, that's fair. You're allowed to talk about it. But yeah, he's been in good form, and I think we're allowed to. He was great on the weekend. We should be able to celebrate him and praise him and all this. I think he's a great player, and he just hasn't been great all year for us, unfortunately.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I'm just not going to get in this conversation with people sitting there having a go at others who are saying, oh, well done, oh, you voted for him, blah, 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 and then because you did that the week before, the comment, someone, like, I've even seen people screenshot a comment about Warbrick the week before that, or in the past,
Yeah.
on a comment where they're saying Warbrick had a really good game, and saying, so you've called him out for having a bad game, and now you're and you're an idiot. Like, what the fuck's wrong with that? Like,
we have a game every week. It
yeah,
changes
like
weekly.
They play 24 games. Like, if they play healthy and play the whole year, it's 24 full games for the year. What's wrong with, like, we can call someone out, and we don't often. I don't sit there and week in, week out having a go at a player unless they're playing bad every single week, and generally the coach gets rid of them. Right, and we don't have to talk about it, and we just go, yeah, that's a fitting drop, like. But I will call out Warbrick for some bad mistakes and things that he's done. But I voted for him in my player of the game last week because he was freaking phenomenal. So it's just, God, people at the moment in this keyboard trolling bullshit that you've got, like, you're just scumbags. I'm sorry, leave. Like, I can't have it. Like, have good, open conversations that are evidence based, that are opinion based, but be fair. Like, if he's good, and if he's not, he's not. Call it out, allow it to be, and allow people to do the same thing. It pisses me off.
Yeah, I think everyone should be entitled to their opinion as long as it doesn't cross a line.
Yep.
That's the way I've always thought.
Yeah, this notion of always trying to bring people down just pisses me off.
It's the woke community, isn't it?
Jack Howarth. Now, he's been told that he can look elsewhere. James, we covered this last week. I'd like to know your thoughts. Are you a Jack Howarth fan? Are you a bit annoyed that this has happened?
It's a really tough one for me. I actually like Jack Howarth. I think he offers a lot. I think he's probably been hard done by at times, and he probably has let down the club at times with his injuries and things like that. So it's a really tough position because I know what Craig and the club can do. Like, they've seen something, they have identified something that they probably don't like, or that they can get out of someone else for a better deal. And they usually do. They usually get the best out of someone. So I don't like that he's being shopped around. I think it was set in stone probably at the start of the year. when he was being offered for Lomax. So I think the writing was on the wall then, and it's only surfaced 4 months later.
Well, well, I hate it.
Yeah.
I really hate it. Howarth healthy as a 22-year-old is top echelon in the competition centres. Is he Herbie? No, there's only one Herbie. Is he Stephen Crichton when he's in form? No, there's literally only one guy that can defend like he can and then turn it around the other way. They're like next level, right? Howarth healthy is in that bottom, is just under them, right? Where he's a completely different player. He backs himself off defense and he pushes himself, he locks that edge down, and then he locks that in, and then he makes the most of his big body and his good athleticism to get some attacking run in him.
It reminds me a lot of Will Chambers in a way. Like, he was never the top centre, but he was the next one under that next bracket.
Yes.
In a sense.
That's right. Now, Jorge's said it right. So they said no to swapping him with Lomax. So why are they doing it now? And this makes no sense. But I wonder if what we talk about now does. The Gagai rumours that Brisbane are saying, that have come out of Brisbane, that they've signed him for next year, really pushes Shibasaki out. Do you see anything there? Have you heard anything on that?
I haven't heard anything, but it's been in the background for probably a good 2 months now. I've been hearing whispers of Shibasaki in the Storm doing dealings. He's an Origin and Australian rep player. Yes, he's not in the form. No, I probably wouldn't swap him for Howarth.
Okay.
If that's what we're getting to.
Okay, so the next on the list is Isaac Issa reported, really good guy, give him a follow, Isaac, reporting that there's a chance that Bronson Xerri is on his way out of the Bulldogs. However, he is contracted till the end of next year, so anyone getting him, unless they release him early, are not going to get him till 2028. But basically the Bulldogs are saying that unless there is a drastic improvement in his gameplay, he is out, especially now that they've done a little bit of a shifty shift with Crichton moving into the 5'8" position and Burton into his, better centre position. So there's a Bronson Xerri also under talks, and there's a bit of chatter around him coming to the Storm. There's been a lot of pictures I've seen with him with a Storm jersey on, obviously AI generated, but there has been heaps of it. So out of the three, who would you take? And would you be interested in Bronson Xerri?
I'm very interested in Bronson Xerri. I've always liked him. I think he is very good in defence and attack. I think his game is very well rounded. I think the size and his ability to read play is also really good in centre. If we were going to lose Howarth, I think that is a good, solid replacement where I think if Craig's around or whoever, we'll get the best out of him at the Storm.
I am so keen on getting Bronson Xerri. If you can get, because I think you can get Bronson Xerri for a decent price. Whereas I think you're going to
4s.
Yeah, I think for a Jack Howarth, you're paying 600 plus.
Yep.
No more than 750, but I think that's the demand that he's asking for because he's 22 and shown that he's in the Origin camp or very close to it, and he's got that potential. He's also versatile. Like, he shifts from left to right in the centres. He can play both spots, and he can also play through the edges. So, like, Jack Howarth is great. If we were to lose Jack Howarth, I'd be doing everything I can to try and get Bronson Xerri at that price. Because I think you're going to get pretty much Jack Howarth in defence, but another 2-3 points more on offense.
I agree. I think that's a very valid statement. The other one that's being floated around at the moment is Herbie Farnworth hasn't re-signed at the Dolphins yet.
We can't afford him, surely.
Well, we were going for Lomax, and he was on big money, so I think there's every opportunity that it could happen.
I mean, Para are putting everything in there. All their content creators are putting everything out there saying he's going to be there. And the Roosters are talking with their sombrero and all sorts of things. If fucking hell, like, the only word that I can do there is fucking hell. If we could get bloody Herbie Farnworth, you'd never beat us we'd win every premiership.
And that's the only reason I would be okay with letting Jack Howarth go, is maybe there's a bigger plan out there. Maybe it's Bronson for a year or two until someone's off contract. Maybe that's what they're thinking.
I think Jen's made a really good point. Something that we've said in the past or a few times is she truly believes that clubs, journo, and player managers put rumours out hoping to get an outcome, causing some distrust between player and the clubs. I also think it goes the other way around.
Yes.
The clubs definitely do this too.
Yeah, wholeheartedly agree. I think we saw that with the Lomax drama. It can go both ways. And who they let someone go like a week later or something. The Parramatta Eagles, they told them they can look for another club. So it's a very funny tale.
That tale is literally only because it was us. That's
Yes.
it. That's all it was. Send him. If Lomax says he's going somewhere else, it's a whole different story. It's literally only that, and it's a bullshit story. Anyways, Lomax is not coming to the NRL in the next 2 years, so let's not even bother. Could you imagine, like, if we were to keep Howarth, either one of Shibasaki or Xerri on the other centre with Coates and Isako, far out.
It's a deadly combo, isn't it?
It's expensive.
But is there a chance that we just see Moses Leo play? Maybe.
But where does a Moses Leo go? Right?
Maybe
because it clearly looks like I don't think I don't want Leo as a centre. I really
Neither
don't.
do I. But maybe that's what they're thinking money wise.
There you go.
Potentially.
Get in the comments, everybody, and let us know what you think moving forward once we post this podcast and this chatter. Hopefully, if you've got about a minute now to get some questions in. If there's no questions, it's all good. James, anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, not really. I think I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I think there's a couple of good matchups all around. I obviously watch every single game because I'm a degenerate.
You are a degenerate.
Lover. So I'm looking forward to a good weekend of footy and just sitting on the couch enjoying that.
The bloke is Caleb Navale.
Oh yes, I did see him.
And he was in before Paseka. Everyone was raving around him, and then he got that big injury at the start of the year, and off they went.
That's right. Yeah, you are true.
Shannon says there's a lot of talk about Coates boys and PNG. There is, and it's an easy conversation because of his background, and that's what it is. He's also coming out of contract at that exact perfectly nice time. His brother Philip plays for the Broncos, has just started to get games too, so he's pushing his value up for a PNG team. What do you think? Do you think Coates goes to PNG? I think it'd be hard for him to say no to big dollars.
Yeah, I think it's probably more than likely, in my opinion. I think it's probably sitting at maybe 75%. He probably does go. Just because of the background, the culture. I know how much it means to those sorts of players. The money will be ridiculous. So, yeah, I can see a very good, strong possibility that Coates is not longer with us.
Jen says, as Craig said, Leo is still learning the game, so maybe wing to centre is the go. I actually think it'd be harder. It's harder to play centre than it is to play wing, and
definitely
you've got to cover your winger, and a lot of the time the wingers are not great defenders, a la your Marky Marks and things like that, but they're wingers because they can score wicked tries at any stage and change a game.
He's only had one pre-season, let's not forget, because he was injured a lot of last year.
He's been injured most of his career.
Yes, exactly. So the more time we see him, I think the more time we'll get a true image of where we think he'll be.
Yeah. And Vinny says yes to Herbie. I think is there too much that you would pay Herbie?
I'd pay him $1 million straight away. I'd pay him $1 million.
You'd pay Herbie $1 million with our list?
Yeah, because Munster and Hughes are coming towards the end too.
Yeah, but we got to replace those boys too.
Who's coming up though? That's the next thing. There's not an abundance of halves and 5/8s out there.
I'd love to see them go and get like an Ethan Sanders or something.
Sanders, come on, no.
I don't mind.
Strange, maybe. I'd like
that.
Strange.
Strange is going nowhere. Cool. That's it, James. Well done. Thank you very much for joining our live show. Thanks, everybody, for getting in the comments. The post for the Premium Sports Tours trip to get Purple Rain Melbourne Storm fans to Vegas is well and truly up. I think I scheduled it for 8 o'clock. So that was about half an hour ago. So get in there. Don't forget to mention Purple Rain. Get onto 5/8s, Purple Rain 10 to get 10% discount with them. Just so you know, 5/8s, when you buy something with 5/8s, it's just a discount for you. We don't get any offshoot off that. So we're getting some other things and bits and pieces, but we don't get any of that. So I highly suggest that if you want to merch, go and spend that money and get the 10% off, and get around Freedom Finance Group. Put money in your pocket, not the banks. You guys are legends. James, you're a freaking champion, man. Thanks for jumping in.
Can I quickly add, we are 4 followers away from 1,000 on SC Spectrum, so if there's any non-followers in here, jump on board, because 1,000 would mean the world to us. So I do appreciate Trav and Aaron for having me on tonight, so love your work.
Nah, love you, man. Well done. Get around the SC Spectrum. We are live tomorrow night at 7:30 as well on the SC Spectrum page. Come and join if you are a Supercoach person.
Yes.
If you're not Supercoach, look, there's a lot that you can get out of it. A couple of laughs, because Jesse and James are just degenerate weirdos. And look, we do have just a footy chat with a bit of a Supercoach numbers over the top. Jorge, you're a champion. Vinny, Sean, Shannon, everybody that's got in here. Caleb. Well done, guys. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Let's go Storm on Saturday night. Let's go.